Hey guys, it's Bitcoin Schmitcoin here with another update for Bitcoin Magazine's video analysis. We'll be looking at the monthly time frame today, moving down to the weekly, the daily, and concluding on the 4-hour time frame. Our monthly candle just closed and we are starting a fresh candle, and it's marked out a failure to close above prior resistance. We can see that our monthly candle had this nice giant wick here, and it tested really deeply above this level here, but failed to close above it. It's not an immediately bearish signal, but it is going to give us some pause because this is going to be the level to beat for our next monthly candle. We want to see a close for a bullish continuation of our uptrend, our macro uptrend, I should say. We really want to see this next monthly candle close above this region, as that will mark a higher low in our otherwise bullish uptrend. We look at our weekly time frame, we get a little bit more resolution here, and we can see that this swing high, which we failed to close above on our monthly time frame, is marking out a nice weekly zone here outlined in green. We are currently finding resistance there. Our prior weekly candle failed to close above it, and our current weekly candle is seeing a bit of a down week following the strong rally to the upside. We look at the daily time frame. We can see that this this green level outlined here that we failed to close on the weekly and monthly level is still acting as resistance as our daily candles keep closing lower and lower. And furthermore, when we look down at our 4-hour time frame, we can see that it's acting as strong resistance currently, as for the last few days we haven't been able to close above it. We've seen deep knife stabbing tests here, but nothing terribly bullish. And what I think is most likely going to happen is as we keep grinding and grinding the support here, I think ultimately we're going to be digging deeper and retesting this breakout level. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. When we look at our daily time frame again, we can see that we broke right through a lot of resistance on the strong rally last week. And we can see that as we broke out, we never really retested any levels. We did see a really strong move through all this stuff here, but ultimately we ended up getting rejected as we started slowly bleeding out. What I see to be the most likely case, if we can't close back inside this this band of resistance here, is we're probably going to be snaking back down here. Might even see a nice shakeout, that just a sudden impulse on a rally. But although we're bleeding on the lower time frames, I mean, this thing's still bullish. You know, we're only retracing about 50% of this gigantic move, so it still has room to breathe. And a nice move to the downside that confirms this as support would be a nice bullish check on our checklist here. So keep an eye on this. This is really the level to watch. This is the level to beat. If we can get a daily close back inside this green zone, and ideally closing a new high, we'll most likely be pushing onward and upward. But until we get a close back inside this zone, we're most likely going to be focusing on this band of prices. So keep an eye out for a nice entry opportunity around 8,700 to around 8,500. That $200 span of prices is going to be the level to watch. For the bearish look, if we get a move down here and this fails to be support, well, we're most likely going to keep bleeding further and further. Because we're still in this like no man's land here, we're only going to focus on the bull case today. So keep an eye out on this level, and if this level fails to be support, it's most likely just going to bleed and bleed and bleed. So we'll have to take a look at it as when the time is appropriate. But for now, again, let's watch this 9,200 to 9,300, and we want to see a daily close back above there, and ideally a weekly close would be great. Otherwise, we'll most likely be testing this $8,700 to $8,500 price range.